看这里，看这里，爸爸，小雪啊，看这里。小雪去。快点去吧。来，小雪去。要下来吗？我来帮他，你别再给我晒晒。走吧，我们去看一下。来 ，take a run，walk around。哎，这是他们的衣服，看到没有？好了，看完了，走吧，我们可以走了。走啊，出去了，往前走。给我看。好，往前走，往前走。Oh my god.
Everybody ready?
Are you ready?
All right.
That's okay, good. 晒它的帽帽喽，再看帽帽。
Even for us, safety first. So I got my helmet, my gloves, and my coat.
Don't worry. Oh, now there's a fire here.
All right, so we're gonna let it get a little bit hot here. Smoke builds really quick. That's gonna go right up kitchen cabinets, which are usually right above the stove. So it spreads very quickly. If you have a lid, it's very simple to put that fire out. You're probably not gonna have fire gloves, but if you use this as a shield, you just come right in, fire's out. So what you've basically done is you've starved the fire for oxygen. It can't burn. One warning is you don't want to take this off immediately. There's a chance it could relight. If this was hot enough and it burned long enough, it would just relight as soon as it got more oxygen. So now I'm going to demonstrate what happens if you throw water on a cooking fire that has grease or oil. It's going to splatter. There's no way to know where it's going to go, no way to know how much is going to go, so we're going to give this a shot. If it doesn't work well, we'll try it again. So I'm letting it get up some pretty good heat. What happens is the water just evaporates instantly and splatters and pushes the fire away. Anybody want to have one of these in your house? No.
小雪，你往后坐，有点危险。
All right, is everybody ready? Yeah. All right, here's what you don't want to do. See where that all went? And again, depending on your kitchen, how much water, how much fire, it's not going to go out. We'll try it again. All right, here we go again.
小朋友不可以靠近，这样火锅会烧
Again, even after all that, I got my lid.
Test. Okay. We're going to start here in just a second. First off, I said it before already, but please stay behind the cones. We will be breaking glass. There'll be sharp objects on the car, so please stay away from the car if you can. I appreciate that, so there's no injuries. We're going to talk real quick about, we go on a lot of motor vehicle collisions is what we call them, or MVCs. We get dispatched to an MVC. We cover a lot of highway, freeway, 405, all the way to I-5, 522, 527. So unfortunately, we do see a lot of car accidents. When we get dispatched, we always have an 8-car and an engine minimum for a motor vehicle collision. When we're on the freeway, like 405, we send an extra engine. And the reason is, probably people ask all the time, what's the most dangerous part of your job? And I'm like, it's really being on the freeway. Standing out there working when people are driving 70 miles an hour past you is pretty scary. So we take precaution. We park our engines so we can block our working area. So we'll take up sometimes 1 or 2 lanes, and some people don't like that when they're trying to get through traffic. But it's for the safety of our guys that are out, guys and gals that are out working. So we protect the scene with our engines, and we park them in a way that if there was an accident, they would be protected and the engine would be pushed away from the scene. So you have the 8-car that would show up, and they would do, when we arrive, we do what's called inner and outer circle. So we arrive on the scene, the firefighter in the back would jump out, grab an extinguisher, a set of tools, and they're going to do a circle around the car. And what they're looking for, they're going to secure it, make sure it's in park, make sure the keys are turned off. We're going to throw a wheel chock. I already did it today just for safety. We're going to make sure that car's not going to move on us, right? They're also looking to see how many people are in the car. And are they conscious of the injuries they have? So we're looking for all those things. And then they're going to tell the officer, hey, I've got 2 patients and they're shot in there. We can't get them out by opening the door. So as the officer, I then would say to this guy, hey, I need more people. We got to cut this car and so we would upgrade it, and we upgrade to what we call a rescue response. So now that changes the mode. We've got to pop open doors with tools. We can't just get to them in a regular way. The officer at the same time is doing an outer circle survey, which is a bigger loop around the scene. And what we're looking for is any hazards. Are there down power lines? Are there places that drop off? Some places on the freeway have guardrails that have 30-foot drop. So we're looking for that kind of stuff. So to start off getting to these people, how are we going to get them out? So Steve breaks the window, and notice he started with the back one first because he doesn't want to break that glass right onto that patient. So we would usually put a barrier there, or we can cover them with a blanket and protect them from the glass. So once he's put a barrier, he's like, okay, gonna break the glass. If that person is conscious and alert, you're gonna talk to them the whole time. You're gonna hear him say, hey, are you okay? We're about to break the glass. This is gonna get loud. And we have them covered up. So he breaks out the windows. We want to make sure we get all that glass cleared out as much as we can. Obviously, the cuts for certain purposes. So in the meantime, while they're going ahead and starting to work on getting this car cut open so we can access these patients to take care of them, we've upgraded to a rescue, so now we have more units coming. We're going to get ladder trucks, medic units. So sometimes if you see a lot of rigs on the freeway, it's because it's a really bad accident and somebody's hurt pretty bad. So during this, he's now got to get this door open, right? The door won't open, so he's going to start getting a person's point. We're going to pop this door so they can access the person. So the tool he's using, a lot of you never saw it. It's called the jaws of life. It's been around forever. You've probably heard it. The great thing about technology is these tools right now, as heavy as it is a lot lighter than it used to be. We used to have a portable power unit with hoses with hydraulic fluid that we have to carry with us also. But nowadays we have a battery powered one which is very quick and much quicker and easier to use. So where that took him maybe 7 seconds, 10 seconds to pop that door open. So now we have access to the patient. We can get them out and get them on the way. Our goal when we are coming our goal as a fire department is to get these patients out and extricated from dispatch to getting them extricated into the back of the medic unit and on their way to the trauma center is 15 minutes. That is our shoot for goal. And usually we're quicker than that. All right, you guys want to demonstrate? So say we couldn't get to this other person this way, We could pop all the doors. We do what's called doors roof dash. So we start with doors. If we can't access that way, we can take that whole other back door off and make the whole thing open. If that doesn't work, we take the roof off of the car, right? So depending on, say this is pinned up against the guardrail and we can't get to that side of the car, we might have to take the roof off. So they're gonna pop a few more doors and have some fun and tear the car up. They're gonna take the roof off. Again, to take that off, there is a process we go through. We have to take out all the glass, get the doors off. It's pretty cool because using the jaws of life, we also have the sawzall with us, and that is actually, you probably have it in your garage if you're a tool guy, or gal, you can take an entire roof off with this sawzall. It's pretty cool. While he's working on the door in the back here, David is going to start cutting Dave is cutting the windshield, and you can see how easy that is to do with the sawzall. Just a quick cut. And the reason we're cutting that is because when we take the roof off, take it off in one big piece. Depends on where the seatbelt tensioners are. If there's airbags, if it's a newer car with airbags, they have airbags everywhere in new cars. And if you cut those sometimes, it's loud and not good. So we have to strip the inside of the car to find out where it's safe for us to cut. This is an older car that doesn't have those, which is great. Some of the new fancy ones, between batteries and airbags, we have to be very careful with what we cut. We got some tools here if we can see them pretty. of them go up to 36 inches. You can be quite a bit more. All three of their posts, and just like that, you now have a convertible. Yay! So why would we do this, right? Again, if we can't access the doors to get to the patient, or they're down a ravine or in a ditch or something like that, sometimes the easiest access is through the back. We can take the top off, we lower the seats, and we can put them right on the backboard and take them out the back of the car. So this is easy access for us to get into inpatient or patients if there's multiple. Good job, fellas. Doesn't take long to tear up the car, does it? Please be careful with the glass. I do see some just in front of the cones. Yeah, if you have questions, feel free to ask these gentlemen or myself or anybody that's around about the extrication. Someone had a great question about battery-powered cars with all these new cars. Do we know where they are? Yes, some of them we don't.
แต่ว่ามัน可以找得够的。
这这一步了，接不转到。
可以了，可以了。Let's go home.